In 1964, Walt Disney began buying millions of dollars worth of Central Florida farmland. Rumors started thinking it was for the space program. But no. On November 15, 1965, Walt Disney announced his plans to build the world's most spectacular theme park. In the first 2 years, it brought 20 million visitors and employed 1,300 people. It turned the quiet citrus-growing town of Central Florida to the most traveled city in Florida. From swampland to the world's most visited vacation resort in the world, Walt Disney created a billion-dollar empire that can't be topped. First, I will discuss the history of the park. Second, I will discuss the park itself, and finally, its effect on Orlando. Now I'll discuss the history of Walt Disney World. In 1959, Walt Disney Productions began looking for land to create a second park to supplement Disneyland, which opened in California in 1955. According to the company's website, Walt Disney flew all over Orlando to find a location. It ended up being near I-4, the Florida Turnpike, and the Orlando Airport. To purchase land, he used dummy companies to avoid speculation, which obviously didn't stop. Lots of speculation came on what the land was being purchased for. Because of its proximity to Cape Kennedy, rumor had that it was for space or aircraft technology, according to Stephen Feldman. It was also thought that the government was purchasing the land for NASA. There was also talk about car makers because of the vast amount of land, such as Ford. Now that I've discussed the history, I'll discuss Walt Disney World itself. Walt Disney World is the flagship of the Disney Empire. To purchase the land, it cost more than $5 million. The property covers 27,258 acres, housing 27 themed resorts, 4 parks, 2 water parks, 4 golf courses, and that's not even the entire list. Magic Kingdom was the first of the 4, followed by Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom in the 80s and the 90s. The total cost to open the park was $40 million in October 1971. Walt Disney designed the park in no way anyone else had before. To pass from land to land, you don't see others. If you are in Liberty Square, you can't see Fantasyland because of the trees, buildings, and distractions, such as the water wheel. He also designed an underground tunnel system to travel between lands so cast members and characters can't be seen, so it doesn't ruin the effect of each land. What I thought was cool is the Magic Kingdom walkway is red. Walt Disney wanted to lay the red carpet for guests, and it also helps characters. They watch the colors behind the scenes to know when they have to be in character, so the experience isn't ruined for anyone. Now that I've talked about the park, I will discuss its effects on Florida. Since day one, Disney World has affected the economy tremendously. According to Jason Garcia, a writer for the Orlando Sentinel, Walt Disney World generates an estimated $18.2 billion a year in economic activity. Vacationers Disney Springs spend $1.7 billion on off-site businesses to help stimulate the city. It is responsible for 1 in 50 jobs in Florida. According to the company's website, Disney donated $28 million in cash, goods, and services to Central Florida charities in 2010. It helps local schools. They distributed $290,000 in education grants among 5 school districts near the park. The park wasn't always called Walt Disney World. At the park's opening, Walt Disney's brother announced it would be called Walt Disney World in honor of him because he passed away before it was opened. Today I first discussed the history of Walt Disney World, the park itself, and the impact it's had on Orlando and Florida. In conclusion, Walt Disney created the most visited theme park in the world. It turned swamplands into a billion-dollar empire that can't be topped.